Hey, what is up, Dividend Nomads? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be going over my Roth IRA. I'm going to share with you guys a monthly recap, share with you the changes I made, because I didn't make a change. I sold a stock, a very large position in my portfolio, and I actually sold it for a loss. Um, what else did I do? Oh, I just share with you. How about that? Let me record the screen on my phone, and then I'll dive into the spreadsheet and share all that stuff with you guys. All the details, the total returns, so you can see what all this is like on paper. But just know, I mentioned this before, but I am making some changes in the portfolio, and those changes are slowly happening. So that's one of the things I want to share with you guys today. Let's record the screen. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Okay, this is, what time is it? This is 8 o'clock in the morning here in China. So the market is closed now. Let's open up my Charles Schwab. I'll refresh it for you guys. You can see the Dow was 0.1%. The NASDAQ closed negative 0.3%. And the S&P was pretty much flat. And you can see this portfolio right now, $49,344. And you can see at the cash position down there, $22,807 in cash. So that's because I sold something. So let's view all the positions and we'll see what's going on here. So first one at the top, we've got Misty, 780 shares. And then the next one you can see is XDTE, 112 shares. QDTE, 91. NVIDIA, 117. And there's no other positions right here because I had Coney and I sold Coney, and I'm going to share with you guys the details of that sale in this video. And also, I guess while I'm on this page, we'll just talk about this for a minute before we move on. Actually, you know what? We'll talk about it later. We'll get it on the spreadsheet so you can see all the details. We'll talk about it then. But these positions, I also sold a put option on Rigetti, and because actually I want to get some quantum stocks and hold them for the next 5 to 10 years. And I think a Roth IRA is a good place to do that because that can, grow tax free. And so I sold a put option on Rigetti, and I actually, you can see right here, it says it's negative. That's because it was below 1250 at the market close. So what that means is on Monday, when the market reopens, this position will be gone, and I will actually own 100 shares of Rigetti. So this, actually, I wanted to own this one anyway. Now, when I just now checked, this was trading at $12.20, and my put option was at $12.50. So I'm going to buy this. I'm going to get 100 shares of this assigned to me at $12.50. But it was going up in the night market. So if everything goes as planned, come Monday when the market opens, this would be very close to the price I bought it at, and I can sell some covered calls out of the money, and probably for a nice premium. Even if I just sell them for a little bit out of the money, if it gets called away, it won't matter because I'll make profit on the sale of the 100 stocks and on the premium. But I might put it further out of the money because I actually wouldn't mind keeping this for 5 years or so, because I think it's going to be a player in the industry once the industry gets moving along. So yeah, I'm actually happy about getting that one. So now that you see all that stuff, let's dive into the spreadsheet so you can see on paper all the details, and I also talk to you guys about my plans for these holdings in this portfolio and how I'm changing this portfolio up. So let me record the screen on my spreadsheet here. New screen recording. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Bam. All right, here we are in my spreadsheet. And if I go down here to my positions, this is the same thing that you just saw in my portfolio, except you see Coney here, but I don't have Coney in my portfolio because I sold it. I just left this here so you guys can see the information first before I remove it from here, which I'll still have the information because I put it into another tab on the spreadsheet, but I want you guys to see all this stuff so you can see, behind the scenes. But Coney, it says 1518, so that's how many shares I had yesterday. and I sold every single one of them. This is my average cost, $16.77. I can't remember what I sold them at, but I'll share that with you in a minute because I wrote it down. Misty, 780 shares. You can see my cost is $24.57. Right now it's 21, so that's obviously negative on market return. Nvidia, 117, no 117 shares, $22. It's at 15. This one is on the chop block. I'm trying to get rid of this, guys, very soon. I might take a loss on this one just to get rid of it too. I mean, I don't really want it, so what's the point of keeping it, right? XDTE, 112 shares, 48.98. It's 43 right now. It's slowly coming back. QDTE, 91 shares, 35.88, and this is 33.97, almost $34. So this one is also slowly coming back. But what's the most important is about the returns, the actual total return, and I want to share that with you guys today over here. So let me get everything on the screen, make it bigger. What is going on here? Hey, oh, I hate it when it does that. Let's try this again. I'm gonna make it bigger so you guys can see everything on the same screen. How about now? There we go. Now you can see it. Sorry about that. So Coney, you see right here the total return, $497. So I did lose money on this when I sold it, and but I just wanted to get out. Look at the market return, minus 54%. That's insane. It's just, yeah. So even though the total return is minus, only 2% right there in the blue, you see it, but the market return is 54%, negative 54%. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm not gonna deal with this kind of stuff. So out of here, I sold it yesterday, and I'll show you the details of that sale on the sale tab. But you can see I did lose money on this one, but I have plans for this portfolio, so it's not a big deal. Misty is up 22%. That's positive total return, right, of $4,377. So this is up, but you see it's down 2,000 on market return, or 12%, which, it's not terrible. The dividends are obviously outweighing the decline. So as long as it's doing that, I'll keep it for now, but I am keeping a close eye on it. So just know that I am watching it very closely, and because it is positive on total return, I'm not putting money back into this. Actually, I'm just keeping the money, and I'm going to start putting it somewhere else. So yeah, Nvidia, this one, you can see the total return is only minus $200. So actually, I should just cut this and be done with it too. Down 32% on market return, and it's down 9% on total return. It's just horrible. And I just don't see any point in keeping this around. It just, having such an asset like this in the Roth IRA just doesn't make sense to me. But I did this as an experiment to show you guys what it was like, because people were talking about doing it. And for me, this isn't something I want to continue doing. So that's why I'm slowly rotating out of these and going to go a different direction. XDTE, you can see here the total return is only minus 136. And the market return minus 11.9, 12%. Total return minus 2.5%. That's because I couldn't average down as aggressively in this one, because in a Roth IRA you can only put so much money in, and so this one is lagging compared to my other portfolio. QDTE, we're up almost 1%. So this one right here is positive also on total return. You see only $29. Oh, no big deal, but it is positive, so it's okay. It's only have 2 positive positions and 3 negatives, and so this is going to change very soon, hopefully. What am I planning on doing? Well, like I just told you guys, Coney's no longer here, so that is these with QDT, XDT, Nvidia, and Misty. Nvidia is about to be out of here as well, so you can just kind of kiss these two goodbye. Actually, let me see if we'll do that in a minute, but I'm going to remove this one today because it's out of here. This one, if this pops up a little bit on Monday, I might go ahead and sell this one, or I don't know, do I want to wait for another distribution and then get rid of it, or just get rid of it and be done with it? But we'll see. I haven't decided yet, but I will be getting rid of it. XDT, QDTE, I'm kind of torn what to do with this one. I was debating, actually, to be honest with you guys, I was debating on liquidating this whole portfolio down to like just sell everything and start from scratch. And I'll show you why really quick. If you look down here at the bottom, my total return is up 5% or $3,500. So if I sold this whole portfolio, I would still walk away with $3,500 more than I started with. So, that's good that I have more than I started with, right? So I could just walk away from this whole thing right now, having made money, and just call it quits with this and do something different. And what was I actually thinking of doing? I was thinking, okay, I'm going to do some more research on this, but I was thinking about just liquidating this whole portfolio and just using the cash to sell cash secured puts on the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ, just one of those two. And if I get a sign, that's fine, because the S&P and the NASDAQ will grow over the next 15 years, hopefully. That's how long I have before I can withdraw money from this portfolio. So that gives me 15 years of growth. And I can also earn income from selling options premium, on one of those indexes. And then all that premium that I get, the income that I generate from the options premium, I can use that to buy stable income stocks like your JEPI or JEPQ or SPYI, or I can even buy SCHD for a dividend growth stock to have some growth as well. I can buy some speculative stocks as well that might grow a lot over the next 15 years, which would make this portfolio do much better in performance than this 5%. So that's kind of my plan there. So we all know the market generally on year to year gives us a 8 to 12% return on average, right? You have some years that are good, some years that are bad, but on average we get 8 to 12%. And if I'm owning the S&P or the QQQ and selling calls, getting income, the options premium on those are really good. I can get income every single day because the options on those are every single day. So I can actually compound the portfolio every single day, adding money and adding new shares of some stock to the portfolio every single day. So for me, I think that makes a little bit more sense to be doing something like that in this Roth IRA, having something like the S&P or the NASDAQ, selling the options, and then use the premium to buy more stable stocks that are going to grow, and also have some speculative growth as well, just because I have a long time horizon instead of doing this 5% stuff. Just doesn't make much sense to me. So yeah, I'm thinking about doing that and just parting ways with all of this stuff and just starting from scratch. So that's my thought. It's just an idea right now. We'll see. I'm still thinking about it. Anyway, let's go to the dividend log now that you've seen this crap. Dividend log, here we are on the dividend page. This is all the distributions I've received, and you can see I've had this portfolio or these positions for a while. If we go, let me make it bigger so you guys can see. Okay, Coney, January $1,000, February 13, March 780, April 570. Wow, that was terrible. And then this month, May, we got $2,026 out of Coney. Crazy. Misty, 527, 470, 992, 965, and this month Misty paid us $1,800. So that's pretty good payment there. NVIDIA, 136, 162, 79, 68, and 172. So this one got a decent payment this month. And then XDTE, 84, 85, 95, 114, and 137. So this one is the largest payment I received from them so far this month. And then QDT, 35, 76, and 91. So that's $200, or no, $91 this month, $200 for the year. So as you can see the numbers all down there at the bottom, we'll just make it easier. We'll just scroll to the side and we can see what they really are without having to do any math in our head. So right here, this is for the year January 18, 2019, 17, and this month 43.23. That includes the $60.57 that I made from options premium. So I did have some covered calls on Coney, but because I cut Coney from the position, I had to close that covered call position because this was actually a lot more money. This is like $130, but because I had to close that position, I had to pay some money to close it. But I still made money on it, but wasn't much. I think I sold the position for $90, and then I bought it back for $45. So I made a little bit of money, but not much. So anyway, we got $60.57 in options premium. And so that's what we have in the portfolio right now. That's what's going on there. The sold positions, I didn't put it in here yet. I sold Tesla back then. I guess we can transfer Coney here. I don't know if you guys want to see that or not. If you don't, then you don't have to watch the rest of the video, but I'm going to go ahead and put the information in and see all the details of this because I don't exactly know all the details myself until I put it in. Let's just do here 5. Yesterday was the 30th, right? So let's put that in there because I sold that yesterday. 2025. All right. Number of shares. I don't know. Let's go look. Coney. 15, 18, 71. Okay, let's go put it in. Okay. 15, 18, 71. Bam. What's my average cost? I don't know. Let's go look. This is why you need to keep track of your stuff, guys. You can actually see what happens in the moves you make. 1677. Okay. Oops. Okay, 1677. The sell price. Okay, I have to look in my brokerage for that really quick. If you guys are here, awesome. I can just check my history real fast. And I can see I sold Coney for $7.70. Okay, $7.70. That's what I sold it for. Okay, the total dividends received. Again, I can go to my positions tab. You see Coney right here, and I can see if you scroll over here, total dividends received. What? 13,277. Okay, 13,277. Let's put it in. 13,277. I think it was like 34, wasn't it? I'll double check. I like my stuff to be accurate, man. Oh, 44. See. Okay. Bam. So here we are. Here's our information on Coney. It's done now. We can see market return minus 13,000, and I received 13,000. Look at that. Total return 497, negative 497. And then you can see the returns here. That's negative is negative 2% almost. So anyway, total return for all the stuff that I've sold, I made $900 from the positions that I've sold in total. So this 400 kind of hurt a little bit there, I guess. So anyway, those people who say that these pay out over time, which I was one of those people, so I can't, sugarcoat things. I told you guys before, according to all the things that came out, like when this funds first came out and I started investing in these, they had like this massive yield, 60%, 70%, 100%. And I said, you hold on to this for, 100% yield, you hold on to it for a year, you get all your money back. Let's look. What's going on here? Oh. Okay, Coney, July. And now this is May. So I'm 2 months away from a whole year. And as you can see, it's been 10 months. In 10 months, we made a total of negative $500. So no matter the distribution yield is massive or not, we still lost money after 10 months. So, sometimes you live and you learn and you make mistakes, but that's the whole point of this channel, to share with you guys, with transparency, what really happens with these funds in these portfolios. And if you guys want to see that, I can cover that really quick right now, just real fast. These are the positions that I sold previously, and I held these positions for quite a long while. You can see Ulti, 1,500 shares. Look, 12.57. I sold it for 9.20. Look, right now it's trading at $6. If I held on to this, it'd be even worse position than it is now. Look, $5,000, negative $5,000. Held on to this for a long time. Only got $700 out of it. That's like 1 week of cash secured puts or covered calls in the S&P or NASDAQ. 1 week, and this is what I got out of like a year of holding it. So, total return 4%. Look, total return 0.6, 3%, 6%. What's this 6%? What's this one? Oh, Magnificent 7. This was YMAG. Oh, I had YMAG and I sold it and I bought back in. But look, I had 400 shares at that time too. Look at that. But now we're about to resell it again, probably for a loss. So this is kind of going to cancel that out. But anyway, yeah, you guys can see that these don't really, for me anyway, they're not doing the job that I need them to do. Because I want to grow the portfolio, and of course I want some income in the process, because as the name says, Dividend Nomad, like I live off dividends. But I do have other portfolios, but I did things differently in those portfolios. But this was, the high yield experiment, because this thing is so big, especially in the bull market, and everybody was talking about how they were making so much money. So I wanted to see for myself how it really happens, and I wanted to share it with transparency so people can actually see how, what really happens behind the scenes of these funds. And I think I've done my job there by sharing with you guys with total transparency how these perform, how good they are or how bad they are. And I guess it's kind of subjective. It really depends on yourself. What do you want these for? What is your goal with these? And how do you use them? And just from, what I was seeing, a lot of people talking on Discord and things like that, and the things they were doing, I experimented with those strategies and those things they were doing, and I did those things that they were doing, that they were claiming they made a lot of money on and stuff like that. And as you can see, and if you've been following along this journey, you would see that I follow that in both my portfolios, and that I share here. And so the results speak for themselves. So yeah, that's my thoughts on that, I guess. And like I said, some changes are coming down the line really soon. I'm going to be making some changes in this portfolio, especially this Roth IRA. I'm going to be making some changes here and moving in another direction so I can grow this over time. But I'm still going to use some dividends and some income stocks and stuff like that to stabilize and have some stable cash flow coming in. Because when I do get ready to draw out of this, I do want stuff that's, I'm already in and that has stable cash flow coming in. I don't have to worry about making adjustments. I can just kind of go with the flow. And so we're going to be building that up over the next 15 years, a long time. And we're going to be changing things around. So that's really all I got for you guys today regarding the Roth IRA. And I would love to hear your thoughts and comments below. And yeah, if you like the video, hit the like button, and I'll see you guys on the next step. Take care.